So what I was about to say is like, so when you say groovy soca,
Right.
you know what to
Right.
expect.
Yeah.
If I tell you this is a groovy soca mix,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what to expect.
Yeah.
If I tell you this is a job mix, you know
Not-
what to
right.
expect.
Mhm.
But when you say it's VI, you say we just loop everything into a
Yeah.
small island.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know what to expect.
Yeah.
But if you have a Bram now
Yeah, exactly.
with that drive,
And I
Right.
think that was
It's a
the
different-
intention
you know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah, now what
And I
intention
think that
to
was
kind
intention
of
because
be
same thing with
distinctive.
Bouillon. When you
correct.
hear Bouillon,
you say
you know where it
bouillon,
come
you know
from.
what to expect. You know exactly what's happening,
Exactly.
right?
So I think they're trying to Marvelous and them, and they're really trying to coin it
Yeah.
because I'm sure they have them conversations way more than we having them as far as what your color.
Yeah,
How you
I
you
asked
know?
the question. I'm
Yeah.
like, so what is this called?
Yeah.
It's not power soca. It's
Yeah.
not job music.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Noise. He actually said noise.
Yeah.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast. And when I get that money, I'ma make that last. Caribbean currency, we make that money last. We make it last. I just need a big bag, I'ma get it fast, get it fast. I just need a big bag. I just need a big bag.
Welcome to another episode of Caribbean Currency Podcast. I'm here with my co-host Kyle. I'm Redman, and today we have a special guest, one of the bigger promoters. I don't even like the term promoters. Let's call it festival curators.
I like that.
One of the events he have is a huge festival here in the Atlanta area at Trini. You know, we had nothing but VIP people on the podcast so far, so we got kind of say
Got to bring
Caribbean
a tricky
Currency
daddy on.
Podcast. So we got in Caribbean. If I Trini,
Yeah,
if I right.
reach, yeah.
Once I Trini, we change your fat is nine.
Yeah, see, and you don't act like he don't walk up his.
I know. I just know the songs them. So welcome my brother Jaspa. Glad to have you here.
Glad
See
to
you
be
on the
here.
smiley shot.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Right? So, Jas, you've been to St. Thomas before, and you've been to St. Croix.
Yes, sir.
I've been to them carnivals, but before we even get into that, let me get into, because the only place I know in Trinidad is La Ventil, you know.
That's the only place?
That's what I be telling people all the time.
Port of Spain, man.
Oh, no, La Ventil. There ain't nothing going on in Port of Spain. La Ventil is a garrison.
Yeah.
So I want to be associated with the, thugs.
The hoods.
The
Yeah.
hoods.
I go in Port of Spain, okay?
Right.
Yeah,
stay
I go
out of
Laventil.
Laventil.
I6 and 7. Tell us about Trini though, because I never been Trini. My mother used to go to Trinidad Carnival, and she used to bring back the Calypso 10 tapes. You know what I mean? That's how I me and Kyle end up in Junior Calypso when we were young.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I lose. He plays at least.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played.
He come into our place.
Yeah,
Remember?
Talent here, boy.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
You remember your song?
no.
I remember.
I do remember my song.
I'm just going to ask. Let me hear
I
some
remember
lyrics.
You remember my song?
I think
My
so.
song's so easy to remember.
No, I
I ain't
don't
singing my song.
Come, let me hear something.
Boss it, man.
It wasn't even a beat, but cool. My mother beat me a couple times to remember them lyrics. I think my mother write the song. It really, when I get old, I sound like what this to my father.
So you sing at this song, to your father?
I was young. I was just doing what she say. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
want to hear the song now.
Drug man, bring my father back to me. So when I get old, I was like, you really get my father in the audience while I sing this. You know what I mean? Wickedness.
I remember that song. I remember that
I'm
song.
telling you.
And it's only now we're clicking.
Don't
Wait,
cry.
no, wait,
son.
that was a shot.
That was shot at my father.
Remember take a shot?
And my father in the audience listening to this, I know he was embarrassed.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Crazy
yeah.
thing, but we come a small island, so we soca babies, you know what I mean? Originally. And Trinidad was always the mecca for a lot of things. So tell us about Trinidad, because I never been Trinidad.
Like the song says, Trinidad, sweet.
Mhm.
Now Trinidad's like, so I'm from the east coast of Trinidad. So I'm from Don Grande. So from when the school in Arima. So
Mhm.
mostly from the east side of Trinidad. So
Okay.
when they say Port of Spain and Laventil.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Well, Laventil is in Port of Spain.
It's important.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
it's okay.
it's just
okay.
a community
Yeah,
in Port of Spain,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah. So I'm from way on the other side of the island.
In the country?
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
as far as carnival and stuff goes, like I said, it's the Mecca.
Right.
Right. I encourage everybody to go at least once. I've been trying to take my friend here
Right.
to go. Every year is
Yeah.
an excuse.
This
And that. We going next year. We're going next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Large of June.
Yeah.
Large of
Large
June.
of June.
Right.
Nah, but I encourage everybody to go once, man. At
Right.
least feel the energy down there.
Right. No, coming from like that big island, I feel like I tell people all the time, I ain't too eager to go to a bunch of Caribbean islands because I feel like all of them kind of like the same. You know,
Yeah.
we swim, we fish, we kind of have the similar foods and culture. So I never really travel to any Caribbean island other than Jamaica and within the Virgin Islands. You know, Virgin Islands have a bunch of different islands. How being on a big Caribbean island, because I know you visit St. Thomas,
Yeah.
is that different? It's like a big difference.
No, well, you know what I like to do when I go to other islands? I
Right.
like to find the similarities.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
I'll say like, oh, you guys have the pate, right?
Yeah.
Right,
That is our beef patty.
right.
So like I selling people, I eat that every day.
Yeah.
Right. You
I
guys
get a Johnny Cakes too.
I think
So
I
fry
call them
baked.
bakes.
That's why I got it
Yeah.
fried
right,
baked.
fry bake. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's very similar. It's the same thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, pretty much.
But
We don't eat iguana though. I don't eat iguana, don't we?
they do. They Chinese do. I don't.
You know.
Curry
Yeah.
iguana? You never had curry iguana?
No.
Nah, I never had curry iguana. I had like
You can say it, man.
Yeah,
you
go
can say
ahead.
it. You ain't gonna lose no followers. We promise you.
nothing.
so
Some balls.
no, never had
Testicles?
so
Oh,
horse.
okay.
Like I went to
Horse?
yeah, and some of the all inclusives they serve horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
So like when the horse lose the horse race, he end up in
I don't know where the
articles.
horse came from, what they deserve, what they did to get there, but no, but horse.
Okay, horse. That's different.
So you guys eat shark?
Yeah,
Yeah, we ain't shocked. That's
We
not
shocked.
Caribbean at all.
Yeah.
So you know, but there's some people that like, when
Right,
I eat when
right.
when they say bacon shark,
Yeah.
they're like,
Right.
what shark?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't
We
ring
shock
with them.
it.
So
Yeah. Okay.
And how long you were living in Trinidad before you transition to? And
yeah.
when you transition, you come straight Atlanta or?
yeah. So
Right.
from Trinidad, I
And,
came to
and
Atlanta.
so after that, what was the reason? What made you?
School.
School,
So yeah, I
alright.
came to school,
Mhm.
did university here,
Right.
and then fell into the rat race, got a job, and
Hey, you
Yeah,
say
it's
perfectly.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're just here now. You're
Yeah.
just working to.
Yeah.
But he's
Right.
a rat. I ain't not a rat. I went a race, but not the rat.
You hear what you say?
Yeah.
He just point at me and
Yeah.
say, "I am this." Right? What I describe? That describe a rat.
You guys
You
are
know
the
what
rat.
I mean? That's what rats will
I was
do.
doing a public service.
Ah,
look
great.
at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But definitely a
Right.
race, huh?
Right, definitely a
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
And for us, I think, I don't, and it kind of different cars in the Virgin Islands, you kind of conditioned to be prepared for America, the TV you're watching,
Mhm.
the shows you're watching.
Yeah.
So it was more like a culture shock to the people that meet us than for, like us meeting them. Because, like, I could change my accent to like a Yankee accent because I'm watching
So much
Yankee
TV,
TV,
yeah.
have
so
an
much.
influence
I have
already.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it'll be funny because like a Jamaican and a Trinidad, like, they don't, I come and change my accent immediately. They take them years before they start.
Can't
to-
hide it.
Yeah.
Can't hide it.
Yeah.
I could hide mine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
even when they try and hide theirs, you could still,
Still
hear
hear
it.
it, yeah.
When I hide in mine, you can't
Mhm.
Yeah,
tell.
no.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So for us,
That's
I don't know if
called
our
that's called culture.
Code
switching.
Code switch.
code
yeah.
switching.
Cultural
Okay.
code switching. They give it a name.
They have
Oh,
a
okay.
name for it
Yeah,
now.
they call
Yeah.
it
Okay.
code switching. They say ain't go to code switch because it kind of taken away from your culture. What's
Oh,
your
no,
thoughts
you
on that?
can't. Oh.
Well, like my kids, right?
Mm.
They're born here.
Mm-hmm.
One parent, one side of the family, Jamaican, one side of Trini. So they know.
Both
Both.
sides, yeah.
So, like my youngest son, when he's speaking, he might say a word
From the Jamaican side.
from the Jamaican side
Mhm.
unconsciously. So it's not really like a purpose.
Yeah.
You're not purposely code switching.
Mhm.
You know, it's just happening. It's
So
just,
what your children them that identify with though? Cause my children them born in America too, but they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, I from the Virgin Islands. So did I pick Trinidad or did I pick Jamaica?
it depends, huh? So
It depends on what up.
right.
If
Yeah,
a Trini
yeah.
if Trini up, then we
Right.
Trini. If Jamaica up,
Depending on the setting,
Yeah.
they can switch it up.
Yeah, they lucky.
They have the luxury to do
They're
that, so they
smart.
can do that.
They're
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So like when you finally come America now, I know you started off. How you getting to DJ?
All right. So the DJing, just a love of music forever, right? Because
Right.
in Trinidad, I play musical instruments,
What instrument you play?
steel pan,
Okay.
we
several
play
steel pans. So the tenor,
Sony
the
play
guitar.
steel pan. She was bad tenor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she
I
was
play
bad, she was
double
bad.
seconds, bass,
Mhm.
right? Drums.
Yeah.
But
I used to play drums.
actually trained on, piano, doing theory and practical and stuff.
I got
right?
you.
So,
No, Kai.
I know you're waiting.
Let me tell you something.
Waiting.
Like,
you
what's
can't
this?
just lead off
No,
or going.
because drumming
He's such a hater.
and the empty buckets is not playing drums. Like,
But it's something though.
But no mind, I used to play whole drum sets in church. Nah, my mother
You know
forced me
why?
to
So
go over the
the
drum.
pin buckets don't count.
He never been in church.
I never been
so,
in church.
So he never seen me.
He could get
He
over
never
that
seen
one.
me, you check?
But outside of that, I see the bucket drumming.
Yeah.
See the drum
I
drumming.
slide it in to see if you're going to say something. And I watch the face and he's like, you just had to say something.
Yeah, we got that one
That's
go
how it
half. You check. And
Everybody
his
know.
church was right outside the whole too.
So you hear him now? Yes, it's a.
Nah, we used to watch him in church. You check like, you gotta go to church.
Yeah, man used to laugh at me.
Yeah,
Used to laugh at me.
like,
It was rough.
like the partition between the church, you have and a project.
Yeah.
Like, we could see through the fence. His building too, and like right there, you could see through the fence.
Mhm.
The church them had the doors them wide open.
Yes, he
so
do.
we
I used to
looking
hate
for
that,
Kai,
man.
like he ushering,
And,
like
and
what
church
he doing?
going on and they outside, hey,
Kai.
And my grandmother watching me
And
like, why
exactly
you don't
so.
answer?
Yeah.
Why you don't answer?
Yeah.
Now you in trouble. Because they calling
Because
you.
they calling me.
Yeah.
So I gotta act like I ain't hearing them. Crazy.
So steel pan and what else?
Guitar,
Guitar,
piano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's okay. So you musically inclined.
Been playing music a long time.
So when the music hit and then you come up here and you start DJing, I know what different level of DJing back
Right. So
then.
when I started DJing here, it was just at a radio station at the college.
Mm.
So I saw some guys DJing. Actually, it's Crushmore.
Mhm.
Okay.
They used to go to school, so they were ahead of me. So
Okay.
they had a radio program at the school. So I just started just falling in behind them.
Okay, cool,
Right.
cool.
But I really started DJing with Ibis International.
Mm.
Okay.
Right, there's a old Trini song from back in the day.
Mm.
So he used to, I'll say you run the place in the 90s.
Yeah.
So early 2000s and stuff. Started playing with him,
Okay.
and then from there it's just build, and now we just what we say we festival curators now.
Yeah.
Festival curators.
I like that.
now.
Yeah.
So I believe it or not, I was DJ for like 3 days. Right?
3 days.
Yeah,
Oh,
calm down,
everything.
relax.
And a drummer for
A long time. I was drummer longer than I was DJ. But anyways,
right.
so I play around with turntables a little bit,
Yeah.
and I was nowhere good at it. My transitions suck. Okay, because I always just say right, Caribbean DJs is the best DJs in the world.
Mm.
Reason being, there's so many. There's one rhythm,
Right.
and there's so much different songs to that rhythm, right?
Right.
And then as a Caribbean DJ, you have to get this track
Mhm.
line up with this track perfectly
Right.
before you slide over to the next track. If it's imperfect by an inch, the crowd won't hear it. That's where I sucked at DJing,
Right.
and that's how I could tell you Kai wasn't good. So I want to talk
You say you
about.
suck too much. You don't know that
It's
one.
funny.
I don't know that one.
Anyways, I wasn't that good. Okay, thanks for looking out, bro.
Hey,
And not causing me.
I your cousin. I just want to make sure that you're good. You know, like,
So like the transition from how it was DJing when you started with DJing is now. As far as, are you from the era of where you guys were actually using records to DJ?
Yeah.
And a lot of DJs will tell you like, yo, that's real DJing compared to what's going on now.
Well,
What's your thoughts? Tell me your thoughts on that.
at the end of the day, you have to play good music, right?
Yes.
So that's it. Good
Mhm.
DJing is playing good music. How you
Mhm.
play the music, that comes
the
secondary.
nuances is
Right. So
Mhm.
like if you use a record player
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
Right.
CDs, and then we move to computers,
Mhm.
laptops,
Yeah.
you still have to play good music.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
the selection, the
Exactly.
timing, the transitions,
The transitions,
right?
yeah.
So nowadays, like Instagram is filled with DJs doing little tricks,
Yeah.
little 30 seconds tricks, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And these are things that catches the audience ears. So that's why one thing that has changed
Mhm.
from just playing the hit songs back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when you had your record, I was the first man with so and so song. Because you can't really buy that anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you get a record from Trinidad, you alone have it.
Yeah.
Right.
You see DJ with the song.
Yeah.
Right.
Now everybody have the
That's the
song,
song,
now.
Yeah.
Everybody have the 10 remixes now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's how you do that transition, how you
Uh-huh.
can captivate the crowd now.
That's dope.
Right? So that is the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as DJing, it's simple. Once
Right.
you love it, just simple. You have your timing, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
The hard part about DJing, especially for the soca, is like people want soca.
Mm-hmm.
You give them soca,
Mm.
and they don't know it.
Mm.
And they don't know it.
And they don't know it.
Me not know it neither.
I want 100% soca.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm giving it to you,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you don't know it.
Yeah.
Right.
So how
How you
as a
combat
DJ?
that,
How,
yeah?
yeah, exactly. How do you combat that?
It's not so how we have people go to their phones. Like I watch how young people go to their phones and just stream,
Right.
right? We need more of that for soca.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could stream hip hop whole day. You could learn all the hip hop songs in a
Mhm.
week. and they release it every day. Same thing with dancehall. Dancehall releases very quickly.
Yeah.
But like, let's say Dominica released some songs.
Uh-huh.
I ain't hearing that. I
Till
have to go.
Carnival.
I have to search hard for that.
Yeah.
It's not readily available.
Yeah.
Right.
The people from Dominica know it.
Yeah.
And they want to hear
That's
it.
true. That's
I
a
can't
good
even go
point.
buy. I can't even go buy it somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
available.
You're right.
I have to join a pool to get it, a special pool.
Yeah.
All these things. So it's not that easy, quick
That's
download. Let me
accessible,
go play
yeah.
it in the party.
Yeah.
So, right?
I could understand that because when we first come up in the early 2000s, 2003,
Yeah.
we come up
Mm.
fully. And, we'll go out and we looking for our sound.
Right.
From where we from.
I have a story about VI songs too.
Right, but
Yeah.
we ain't hearing it.
Can't hear
But
it
now
at
that
all.
you explaining it, that
Yeah.
it wasn't readily available.
Yeah.
Because we would, I swear, and everything, we'll be like, these fucking Trini so biased.
True.
Well,
They
You're
don't
right.
like us.
That's
They
a good
don't
point.
only like we in
That's a
here.
good
Like
point.
we in here by
That's
the
a good
hundreds.
point.
They
That's a
ain't
good
playing
point.
on our
That's a
records or
good
nothing
point.
like
That's
that.
a good
when I
point.
visited St. Thomas last year, right?
Right.
What surprised me on the road was the rhythms. Like I didn't realize there was so many.
Different rhythm.
They tell me it's band culture, but
Right.
I'm still looking for a DJ on a truck. I
Yeah.
didn't realize there was so many trucks with bands,
bands,
right?
yeah.
Right,
Where are those rhythms? Where can I get those rhythms?
True.
right.
You gotta find a rhythm maker, You
Right.
I have to go find Marvelous, so I have to go
Yeah.
find,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Busty and
Avalanche
what's the
or
guy's name?
whoever,
Daddy?
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah,
right.
and get these rhythms.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
it's like,
And then no, you don't have access to the rhythm. When we in Atlanta and we go to one of your parties and all we hearing is Trini Soca all night, we
We
vex.
thinking,
vex.
Jaspa
So I have to
by
link.
us.
I have to link with that guy to get these things.
Yeah,
right?
I
And
see,
that
I
is the
see.
hunt. So it's not.
I
It's
see,
not
I
an
see.
easy,
Yeah.
quick thing.
Yeah. So hey, that guys, if you ever in a Trini party again and you ain't heard
Right.
VI music, the sounds you want to hear.
Just airdrop it to me, man.
Yeah, just
Right.
drop it to the DJ. Go to the DJ and say, listen, I needed to play somebody
Yeah.
say.
And having you here for me especially, like I never been Trinidad, and I have Trinidad friends. We have all of us from the Caribbean. You link up a man get accent.
Right.
You're from down the road. We going line,
Right.
especially if it's a few of us. We were in the military, so like anybody who from the Caribbean,
We link
Come
in.
together,
we gonna
yeah.
come
Link in
together,
for
right?
sure.
And I had to pick your brain and kind of like seeing it from your point of view. For us, when we were coming up, like our age group, we in our late 30s,
Mhm.
right? Daddy Friday was our guy.
Mm.
And we know he was traveling. Like you had known about Friday from back then, or it
So
catch up to you
I learned about Friday in Atlanta.
in Atlanta,
Mm.
right?
That was the only show where you could do it Friday and Saturday in Atlanta. And I
Mhm.
was like, this was Dead Zone back in them days. Pete.
Okay. Okay.
He would bring the band on Friday,
Right.
they
Yeah.
perform,
Right.
the place is full.
Cool. Yeah.
And do that again on Saturday in the same
full
venue.
again.
And,
And the place, I'm like, what?
who is these people?
Who is these people?
For the younger audience, we talking about Jam Band.
Jam band.
Nick Daddy Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Legend from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah. You know
That's
what I mean?
what
So
we're talking
I always was kind of curious to know, like, how are you had received. It's almost like, man, the reality of it is that Jamaica is the big island for reggae. And reggae influence everybody in the Caribbean. And Trinidad is the big island for calypso, soca, and they influence everybody in the Caribbean. And when you're the small island, it's like you're the little brother.
Mhm.
Can you hear me? Like,
Right.
we over here, like
Yeah.
we jamming too. So I was curious to know how you guys' perspective was, and like our music and our sound. But you cleared that up.
You
for
cleared
me,
it up a lot. Yeah, we had a lot of questions.
It wasn't accessible as
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But and I tested that is that now that you have it,
Mhm.
Trini jamming to our music.
Yeah.
We
And
jamming
then you
each
start
other
to
music
hear
now,
it in
'cause
Trini music
You
too.
started
Right.
hearing it.
You start to hear it.
You know what I mean?
Like
Now
you
we-
could hear the bouillon in
Correct.
Right.
in the Trini music nowadays, bouillon out of Dominica and stuff. You could
Yeah.
hear the infusion of Caribbean, the entire Caribbean in the Trini music. And that goes to what it is you're saying, because we have internet now, so it's way
Yeah,
more
everything.
accessible. So
I
we
was
could
just
hear
having a
it.
conversation with a guy about producers.
Mhm.
Right.
And it was a specific producer from the VI. And I'm like, it's not a VI rhythm.
Mhm.
Right.
So the producer made a rhythm and he's showing me he's playing the rhythm for me and saying, this is a VI rhythm. I'm like, nah.
Mhm.
It's a VI producer.
Right.
We make what I would consider a job rhythm,
Mhm.
Right.
right? Those gradient elements, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, it's because of the internet,
Yeah.
Right.
right? He's able to take these little factors,
Mhm.
mix it in with his thing, put it
Mhm.
together,
Yeah.
send it via email
Yeah.
send Lucian artists
Yeah.
to sing on it.
Right.
Totally different song now,
True.
right?
True.
Right.
True.
So the elements from everybody,
Mhm.
I think they're just getting blended. now.
Yes.
Pompa, right?
Yeah.
I see Pompa in Trinidad this year.
Yeah.
Pompa is like
Oak
the
time
Trinis.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pompa is a new artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trini's
yeah.
in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Right.
Pompa's a new artist,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And I showing them like, yo, this song out since
Since
blah
so
blah
long,
blah.
Right.
XYZ, the man win
Mm-hmm.
competition in St. Croix with his
Mhm.
song
Right.
last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Last year, January.
Yeah.
To be
Been on the
exact.
boat for
Yeah.
Uber
Uber
Soca,
Soca.
Right.
singing a whole other
Other
different
song, yeah.
song that match up the place.
Yeah, mash
But
up
the
the place.
song was June.
We got a juice. Who got it? She got a juice.
She got a
Right.
juice.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? So some people know that song too, but don't even know it's Pompa.
It's
Right,
Pompa,
right.
yeah.
When Pompa performed for us last year, it's like everybody knows A-List. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, he sing that one too. Oh, he
Mhm.
sing that one too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Funny story. Adamo comes out on stage to perform.
Mhm.
A lady tells me she never knew he was from the VI until he started speaking.
Wow.
Mm.
She always thought he was a Trini,
Trini, yeah.
right? The way he sings,
Yeah.
the rhythms he's on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know.
And I don't find that to be a bad thing. Like I say, man, I think it's starting to open up more now that you have
Yeah.
internet and we could connect with each other more.
Right.
But I wouldn't doubt that they would think that. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the Mecca. So
no,
Yeah.
but the thing
you know
is,
what I mean?
it's taken away, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
it's no longer we could pinpoint VI soca.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
It's
right,
so-
everything
right.
It's
is
just
blended.
soca now,
Yeah.
and
It's just
everything's
soca
just
now.
blending,
It's,
right?
it's
Right.
kind of like Byron Messiah. You know, he
Correct,
from St.
right.
Kitts,
Yeah.
he's Jamaican, you know. People gonna automatically assume, yeah, he's a big guy, he's
Yeah.
a Jamaican.
So
Whatever.
you think that we need the distinctiveness? Because in the VI, we did call it Bram now. Bass rhythm and music, that heavy. I used to call
So
it
the name is Bram.
Bram. Well,
That's
I
a
want
new
I'm gonna
that's
say
a new
sorry about that.
campaign
Uh-huh.
that they starting now. It's called Bram Music. Where you hearing that rhythm and drive? That be
Yeah.
So my name for this drive, right?
yeah, that's
right.
what we
So,
used to call it.
so I'm like, so this is another same conversation. Like,
Right.
yo, what you call your music?
Yeah,
Right. So that is just for a while we were trying to figure out
Uh-huh.
how to name our music
Right.
because nobody never really
attempted to name
our song was so distinctive.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
and when I say our song, St. Kitts,
Yeah.
Antigua,
Small
we
island.
all share this in
Yeah.
a region.
Yeah,
St. Martin,
a small island.
we are
culture,
that
yeah.
group
Mhm.
Right.
kind of share the same rhythms.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? The influence of the rhythm. Because Friday come from Antigua.
Antigua, yeah, he born
Mm.
Antigua.
A lot of people in the Virgin Islands, their roots is from the other small islands around.
right.
So they
So he's
Mm.
showing me the actual
Right.
instruments he's playing.
Right.
And one of the instruments is called noise.
Mm.
It's noise.
Noise.
It's like literally background noise
Right.
Yeah.
to the rhythm.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like, okay. But you see, that's what makes his
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
So that's why I call, and he was the one I was having the conversation with.
Yeah.
And he was like, it had to be drive. Like,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't know about Bram at the
Yeah,
time, but
Yeah. It's just starting to, Swanks
just picking up.
and company
We try and
and
coin
that
it now.
circle.
so what I was about to say is like, so when you say groovy soca,
Right.
Mm.
you know what to
Right.
expect.
Yeah.
If I tell you this is a groovy soca mix,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what to expect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If I tell you this is a job mix,
Mhm.
you know
Not-
what to
right.
expect.
Mhm.
But when you say it's VI, you say we just loop everything into a
Yeah.
small island.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know what to expect.
Yeah.
But if you have a Bram now
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
with that drive,
And I
Right.
think that was
it's a
the
different,
intention
you know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah, now what
And I
intention
think that
to
was
kind
intention
of
because
be
same thing with
distinctive.
Bouillon. When you
correct.
hear Bouillon,
you say
know where it
bouillon,
come
you
from.
know what to expect. You know
Exactly.
exactly what's happening,
Exactly.
right?
So I think they're trying to Marvelous and them, and they're really
Right.
trying to coin it
yeah.
because I'm sure they have them conversations way more than we having them as far
Right.
as what your color.
Yeah,
How you
I
you
asked
know?
the question. I'm
Yeah.
like, so what is this called?
Yeah.
It's not power soca. It's
Yeah.
not job music.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Noise. He actually said noise.
Yeah.
So, in the VI, you could be big in the VI as a calypso artist, and never leave the VI and be performing every weekend
Right,
and make money in
right.
the VI and come in America to the VI spots in America
Yeah.
and make money. But then when you want to be bigger than that and go international, we have this urge, and I guilty. I don't want to call it guilty because I think soca is soca and calypso is calypso, and it's the genre, to try to hop on the Trini rhythms and the more popular island rhythms so we could get noticed. Because, like you said before, it took a long while for our music to be accepted in the parties. Only really when Swanks them do Big Jam and then Pompa do Juice is when it really start to pick up, and you see them VI flags and the DJ them start to recognize, like, okay, we really got kind of represent them. And not that you didn't want to, but
like you say, he didn't know.
You didn't know.
It wasn't accessible.
We didn't have that super representation. When Friday passed, it left a void. Like, who's next? Who coming out of the VI next? You know what I mean? So I don't mind it, us dabbling into, but like you say, all of us, each island have a distinctive culture and song to it, and it should be kind of represented, but it need a name, because white is a treat.
I like Bram.
Right. Oh God, listen. I mean, that's a big endorsement. You know, because you have an opposition who don't.
Yeah.
Sound like Bram.
Right.
Sound like Bram.
Yeah. When they say walk up from Barbados, you know exactly what to get.
Right.
You know is that kind of vibes, right?
Right.
Yeah, I like Bram.
Yeah. And to add to what it is you just say, as far as like the music spreading now, a part of that has to do also with a lot of different Caribbean islands, producers from the different Caribbean islands, and they making the beats now, right? And then now these bigger artists from, say, a Bungie, right? Like Avalanche just make that song, that beat. Bungie hear it. The word on the street is Avalanche made it and gave it to Pompa. And Pompa said, listen, I think Bungie gonna song better than this.
Oh, okay.
And he passed it down to Bungie, and Bungie heard it and he said, I want it.
Right.
So now a VI man make the beat, a Trini man jump on the beat, and it win road march in Trinidad.
Yeah.
First VI man to make a beat to win road march in Trinidad. So it kind of goes to the infusion that's happening now within the Caribbean islands as far as when it comes to music. Whereas we intermingling with each other now and different levels, and it resulting in like, not everybody know Avalanche. Well, if you didn't know him before, but that's the guy that make that beat. So a lot more people know Avalanche for making that beat than being actually a DJ.
Correct.
So it kind of goes to what you're saying.
To the Bungie thing, Bungie is my favorite artist. Right? And this is how. I mean, like, you see me in a soca dance, I smoking weed, I dead.
Yeah.
Like, I just...
As we can't tell the truth, he can't dance to soca.
Two left foot.
He weighs stiff.
Just...
It's hard to look at, guys. Either tell him sit down
and
smoke.
And gyrating in a party.
Just sit down and smoke, my boy. You need to be high, because if you're too drunk, you're going to start embarrassing me. Just sit down and smoke.
So I went in DC. Alkaline had a show.
Yeah.
Me and our other friend Kilo, we went to the show. I going for Avalanche and Bungie and a card. And for me, it just don't make no sense. Why is that soca person?
Right.
And this card. When he and Fayan come on, that's it. I was a Bungie fan. Because in order to come and do an reggae dance and set, and still move the crowd and still keep that vibe, you're dope. It's just the energy. It's just how the man were projecting himself and things. And then Kilo buy me drinks, and I drink in a drink, and he throwing the drink behind his head. So I drunk like a skunk. He's sober. Yeah, and then like, why you do that to me? You know what I mean? But I had a blast, and Bungies who really kind of like, so I love Juves.
Yeah.
That's why I like Bungie, because Bungie to me is like a Juve artist. The music he gonna make is full
outside.
Like, we're gonna jump up.
Yeah.
We're gonna balance, and we're gonna do what we gotta do.
Yeah, Bungie's one of my favorite artists also. For me, way back when, I think Bungie probably started early 2000s.
Right.
Let's just say 2000, right?
Right.
Back then, the youth in Trinidad love reggae.
Yeah.
Right? We love dancehall. We call it dub. We love that.
Yeah.
And Bungie was the only person that was doing the cross at the time.
Infusing it, yeah.
Right? So he's singing like Bounty Killer on a soca rhythm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So we like that. So he captivate. Everybody my age, I'm sure, has some kind of Bungie story.
Yeah.
Because, coming up, he was the only guy that was doing the raga soca
and
thing.
he'd do this freestyle thing and he
the
show,
freestyle.
man.
Every
bad.
time you have to get a freestyle.
Yeah, man.
Right.
And is that impromptu? He looking in the crowd and saying, you in the yellow shirt. And it's like, so it ain't like it's premeditated things. It's happening right
and
there.
that happening from then.
From back then.
Till I just saw him in February and he's still
doing it. That's dope.
I like him.
Locks gone and he's still doing it.
I like lyrical too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know lyrical, but June could tell you. I just like the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cass and them, they're nice, they could sing and everything like that, but I ain't slow.
Listen, lyrical. He has performed the most at my events.
Yeah.
People be like, you bringing back lyrical? I'm like,
No,
I love lyrical.
Have energy, man.
Yeah.
He's a friendly guy. He's a
and
cool
he interacts with that crowd.
Right. Yes.
It's like it's a personal thing for him.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So you
And
more
he's a
so
good
prefer the jump up guys, cause that's easier to do.
That
You
easy
could
to
jump
do,
up
I just
as
get
opposed to
drunk and-
whining and slow whining with a girl. See me, I want slow whine. I want
Listen,
whine up on a
you
girl.
want
You know?
contact.
Yeah.
Listen,
And he
I
want
went-
to be in the crowd jumping up.
Listen, I went DC Carnival
Tell the truth, this guy you can't walk up.
and I was in the Hookie.
Hooky weekend.
Well, listen, we were Hookie. And I get videos of me, my boy.
I need to
With
see
like
this.
two y'all like holding like y'all up and y'all behind of me. You check and June post it. You check and my girl went 8. You check because I supposed to be up there just being
Normal.
You check and here's this character I would never see before doing this work.
Should be
never
true.
going to see the light
Free
that
up.
day.
No, that's you. You're free
No,
up.
I never gonna see that. I love Juve. I tell you once, Miami is my thing.
Yeah.
I love a Miami Carnival, man. I just think Miami Carnival is where all the Caribbean islands them that really come together
Yeah.
and plan a show. And the
Yeah.
Juve that be just the route. They've
Mhm.
changed it back now, I think, right? They back in the thing.
Oh, back
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
And because the last one, they had us going through this little gate, they had this little pinch point, and I was like, the Juve get killed right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody got squeezed too. So Miami Carnival is by far my favorite, even though I'm from the Virgin Islands. I mean, I do so much in the Virgin Islands. I ain't taking nothing away from Virgin Islands. Carnival is you been the free village.
Free, yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Free village. But before we get to that, 'cause we gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Let's come up the road now. You're in Atlanta, you're DJing.
Right.
The scene is totally different. It's 426, it's Atrium, it's all these
Right.
places on the east side. East side was exactly where you're going for Carnival
Right.
and partying in Atlanta. I don't really know no other place. I
No,
went
it's-
into
yeah.
what
East
Memorial
side.
Drive, around that area.
Stone Mountain Indicator.
Stone Mountain Decatur. Jaguars on the city. And what the other one
Jaguars.
name upstairs? What that one name? The little small Peacock.
Peacock, yeah.
Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peacock was lit too. And tell
Wow,
well, one of my
yeah,
bedroom
yeah.
them get shoot up bad in Peacock, and we were like, we done with Peacock. So well, buy Peacock. You know what I
Right.
mean? So how the scene was then versus how it is now.
Well,
You feel like a develop or you feel like a fab?
Listen,
Like how you feel?
I went from being the soca segment DJ.
Right.
I used to get hired for 15 minutes to
Yeah,
just
just to-
play that soca. And then
Yeah.
they didn't want to hear me play no reggae. Nothing. I could play everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just play that 15 minutes of soca and go.
That
That was my job
Yeah.
for many, many parties for a long time. So now we have soca parties.
Mhm.
We have full soca parties now.
So you're going from a segment to a whole party now.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
the crowd is coming for the soca,
Mhm.
right?
The only soca party had I didn't even know June then. What it had in
Kiss.
Flagorama.
Oh, okay.
But it was it was in Flagorama. That same parking lot where Park Atrium them is. Party room. You know what party room is?
Yeah.
That you know whole Flagorama in one year? You wasn't a party there. That was the
Oh.
only soca party I ever really been to in Atlanta.
Really?
Back in I used to
Yeah.
only reggae party alone. You know, back then man racing and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like,
Different
yeah,
lifestyle.
lava.
Yeah.
You know, thing like that. Yeah, man, I got
Thing that don't require walking up.
Thing that don't require walking up.
Yeah.
1-2 step scan and one a split.
And something, yeah.
And triangle.
Yeah, that's it. I in the heavy.
Trinity.
You know what I mean? I get
Waistline not moving. That's
No,
all.
no, I ain't.
I get
not
my
necessary.
beat chain with the Africa sign and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. I'm militant.
Yeah.
So you think now the Atlanta party scene as far as the Caribbean energy is
Oh,
where you
yeah.
had envisioned it coming to this?
Man,
Did
this
you
is what,
see
this,
it
this is
coming?
what we wanted.
This what you
because,
wanted.
you know, we'll go to other cities
Right.
and they had it already.
Mm.
Like we go to Toronto, they already had a big following for soca. New
Right.
York,
Mm.
right? These other places had this big following already.
Right.
We wanted it also. We didn't want to just be the segment,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we wanted our own things. And that's part of the reason why we even got into the promotion game, right?
Right.
I got into the promotion game to create something where I want to play soca,
Mhm.
throw a party and play myself, right?
Exactly.
No, that the
Yeah.
elephant.
Was a
You let the elephant out. And now we know that you're a festival curator.
curator.
And you know what the thing is? I never knew Jasper was a DJ. I know Jasper as a festival curator.
Really?
Is when I went that party, which is I love that party.
Which one?
The one
Elevate?
we actually we take a picture of the one. That
Yeah.
one.
Elevate.
Nah, not Elevate, man. The one brunch
Oh,
and
brunch
toast.
and toast. Brunch and toast.
You play for brunch and toast. You got a little thing for brunch and toast. And I was like, that's what you know, DJ took like. Because all the other day we setting up. I know they ain't get my mind. I use a DJ at all. So when I see you DJ, I'm like, okay, Kai, Lotus DJ then too.
Yeah.
Well, Mike man, you know what I mean? So then I was like, okay, that's not going on bad. I can't dance.
Really?
But I know that was the first time I see you. Like, if you might have done it before in a party I wasn't paying attention. But
right.
that time they for sure, because we were in our little corner and then we bust off to do that day, is when I first. So I know you as a party curator. Because you've been at the when you gang to it now, was it you thought it was easy when you first start?
It's a party, you just print a flyer and do it, right?
Right.
Nah,
No,
no,
sir.
like that. Not like that.
He know.
Trust me, I know.
No,
I know.
the expenses.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I first started the breakfast party brand,
Right.
the idea was just to do a breakfast party.
Mhm.
But we didn't have one, right?
Right.
So the idea was, let's just do a breakfast party. It literally took like 2 weeks to plan it, print a flyer. People came, 150 people maybe. But it was great because those people came with the expectation of the breakfast party vibes.
Mm.
8 o'clock in the morning, we outside jamming. Things nice, right?
Mm.
But that's not normal in Atlanta.
Right.
First of all, Atlanta, you can't drink outside
Mhm.
on a Sunday. You can't get liquor on a Sunday.
Right.
People don't know these things, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All these little difficulties. Venues is a big problem. Venues has always been a big problem.
Mhm.
From
In
back
Atlanta.
then, yeah. Because they don't understand the outdoor thing. Like, why you want to be outdoor?
Yeah.
So just go in a city park. No, we don't want a city park. We want to do this over here,
And not even that, I just think that in early days, a lot of the people who are owning the clubs that we were using wasn't really from the culture.
Right.
So they didn't understand
They don't
what
understand.
we were doing in their club.
Why? Like, why you
Right.
want to do this?
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. You know what I mean? So that was some of the hurdles you probably had to go through.
Like, for instance, the Juve committee,
Mhm.
how you explain to the Stonecrest government, hey, I want to take a truck down the road at 5 a.m.
You know what I mean?
in the morning with a couple thousand people behind me. Oh, yeah, by the way, we serving alcohol too.
Right.
How you explaining that to them?
Right.
They have never heard about Juve. They don't know about this culture,
Right.
So those are some of the hurdles you have
Right.
to get over first. We're trying to do something, trying to say it's in a nice way.
Right.
We're not from here.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring our thing here. So
Right.
you can't just force them to
Yeah.
accept it.
Right.
So you have to feed them slowly.
Right.
So now we have a Juve on the road. We didn't have that before. So
Right.
these are the things that
And it's still developing. Right.
Right, yeah.
Right. Right.
we have breakfast parties now.
Right. So when it comes to the party, what would you say is the most stressful part about putting the party on and executing it? Like, what was the part that keep you up at night? Or I just see Junior.
Yeah.
One thing, let me tell you something, right? I just sit down, I don't dance. We talked about this before. And I just watch you doing like our hands go like zoom, 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 all over it. But I'd be like, you never going to enjoy this party.
Right.
Like, you're working. I don't want you on a party and I have to work.
So that last call I got right before we started
Right.
was one of my people on the team calling me like, hey, the guy with the bathroom's calling.
Right,
I'm like, all right, I want to do a podcast. Handle it for me.
right,
I won't say it's stressful, but
Right.
it's like you just have to give your time to certain
Mhm.
things now. If you don't have that time, it'll be stressful.
Yeah.
right,
Right. So like my event, I require X amount of time to plan it.
Mhm.
I had to start calling people from January,
Mhm.
November, from before. I've been doing it a while now, so I know how to
Yeah.
manage the time. Once you don't know how to manage your time, the day of the event, you're running around.
Yeah.
You're looking for this, you're looking for that.
Right, yeah.
Oh, we didn't do this, we forget that.
Mhm.
My event already planned, as you can see. Cups already there.
Mhm.
Giveaways already in motion. So now I'm thinking of the little details that I forgot about,
Mhm.
right.
right? Oh, the ants.
Mhm.
Somebody
Right.
to spray the grass for the ants.
Mm.
Some of them ants for
See?
Remember
sun
the
chill
ants?
out.
Yeah, so this is something that's important.
And that's not something that you could afford, see, really, because you
Yeah.
know what I mean, it's your first time doing it.
Right.
So like I dabble in promotion a little.
Yeah.
It sounds like I dabble in everything.
So you have
But-
drummer, 3-day DJ.
Yeah.
Saxophonist,
Trumpet.
Singing church.
They sing, yeah.
Yeah, I was a promoter.
Yeah, he was. That
Actually,
I could vote for sure.
yeah, I did that.
Yeah, he
All right.
definitely.
More than 3 days.
Yeah, man.
More,
Okay.
Long time.
All right.
and not little party,
Big
like
things.
big.
That
man
Nice.
doing
Festivals.
big. And
Yeah.
then them man
Music fest.
find like comedy shows and
Yeah, I
yeah.
he for my comedy show on here.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, B,
He
listen, that was
kill it.
crazy.
He kill it.
June,
Kill it.
I was scared.
He kill it.
I
Like-
didn't know what the hell I was going to say.
Really?
I swear.
So you have
everything-
anything written out?
No,
I
You
went
went- you
back
freestyle
and-
it?
Yeah, the whole thing. You check?
I was so proud.
I didn't know
I was
what I
so
was going to
proud.
say until I reached the mic.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I telling June like, bro, what are you going to do? Like, I don't know what to do.
So
Like,
this
I
is what
don't
you
know
did before, though.
jokes. Huh? This is backstage.
And
No, I'm
he,
saying
he,
you
he
were-
opening up for big name
Yeah,
comedians, you know,
right,
right.
like Major
I-
Audi.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
man. First of all, because that's what we call. That's what he convinced me to do.
Mm.
If somebody else asked me, I'd be like, no. You know what I mean? But this guy, no, let me just try a thing. You know what I mean? And I was like, backstage, I was like, I ain't over my head. These people are going to pull me. Just standing up on the ground, walking up.
Is the same man that can dance?
It's the same man that would have been funny for sure. So you know that would have been his out, right? But no, man, he do good, man. He do really good. I was really.
Really?
I wasn't surprised. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I wasn't
there you
surprised, but I was really proud that the governor of the Borderlands was there, right?
Yeah.
And his lieutenant governor, his name is Trezenga Roach, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
So he watched the governor in face and he said, hey, you know me, vote for you. So yeah, he said, why? Say ain't nothing against your policies or anything like that. You just can't pronounce your lieutenant governor name. Why would you pick somebody with such a hard to pronounce name? That will show me that you have good judgment. I can't even pronounce your name. Boy, I had the whole place laughing.
I can't sit down and think up of a joke. You know what I mean? I just like
Nah, it just
that to
came to
come
you.
on, and
Yeah.
then I just have to like.
That's how DJing is too.
Right.
I can't prep my set and say I'm
Right.
going to play that set.
It's just
Yeah.
a vibe.
You have to catch your vibe.
Can't
Yeah.
get the vibe.
And once you know your music, you could create your song structure right there.
Facts,
Right.
facts.
Yeah, but the presets could get you in problems because if you reach a party now and there's a shift,
Shift. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why
you're playing great, your transitions are perfect,
Mhm.
but it shift
shift.
because
What you
maybe the
gonna
DJ before did
play
something.
a lot of them songs. That's why you hear songs
Right.
playing again
Yeah.
and again. Because somebody come with a preset list
Right.
and the DJ before him play a lot of them same songs.
Knock out your songs
And
already.
then it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You already get your set.
And I come from a culture where it's like no playback, right? So
Yeah.
that's all. That doesn't apply nowadays, but it's still in my head. Like,
Right.
all right, don't playback.
Right.
And playback is pretty much not playing a song somebody has done play.
Don't play.
Which
but,
is hard to do.
but nowadays,
Yeah.
you could play that song 10 times. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. Nowadays,
Oh, you have to make sure you're bringing it in.
The right way.
The right
yeah,
way.
of course. But I think, and then I went to June, them, and Lotus. Well, you had Lotus, do you? Soca's Vibes. I heard a couple songs twice, but I didn't feel any way about it because I feel like each DJ do it in their own
Their
vibe.
thing,
Mhm.
right.
You know what I mean? They do
Correct.
like so they didn't feel like, why I just heard this song and they
Yeah.
didn't bring it in right
Yeah.
away. You know what I mean? They
Right.
build their vibe and they do it. But so now with these parties now, from being in close proximity to June, I get to be previewed to a lot of the expenses.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, so how you gonna make money? You check because one thing I noticed and June and you is that you like to create a vibe.
Mhm.
And to create that vibe, the vision, because remember when I come to SunCella, when I was setting up, you had the row
The
going down and we
VIP.
sitting down and we watching it and we videotaping it and
Yeah.
they adjusting and I don't think people know how much work
Just to do that, right?
are going
Yeah.
to create the ambience and how
Yeah.
much money. And then they do them with the porta party with assholes.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, remember that?
All
Yeah.
of that. Like,
Yeah.
So all of that is like, and I'm just saying, so when they charge $60 and you complaining, I know why you're $60.
Yeah.
I know why you might be this. And then to tap it off, no, because he feeding them.
Now, drinks inclusive.
Drinks
Yeah.
inclusive.
Drinks
I mean.
inclusive,
Drinks
yeah.
inclusive. And then is you don't know who the artist going to be, but you're
getting
one of the biggest artists.
You're getting a top tier artist.
You're getting a top tier artist.
Yeah, you're gonna
So
get that.
talk about that a little bit. As far as you don't announce your artist them before you start promoting
Artists
for
or
that.
DJs.
Or-
Right?
or-
So there's
So in
the
order
flyer is the logo.
so that's
and
branding.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with keeping your brand so strong that your following don't even care who playing.
That's bravery.
They're gonna come.
It's brave.
That's
But
brave.
how it happened?
Let's
talk about it.
I wouldn't say I sat down and this is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do, right?
Mhm.
Right.
It happened many years ago. We brought GBM Neutron,
Right.
right? And there was no flyer. He was just happened to be in Atlanta.
Mhm.
So we put him on the show. And the crowd, like literally, that was the first performer I ever had for
Right.
at the time it was just Sunday morning breakfast party.
Right.
Mhm.
So people was like excited about GBM. So we did it again with another artist. And it just stuck, right? And as I increase, the crowd got bigger. We got bigger artists, things like the more relevant artists for the year, things like that. And now it's just a thing.
Mhm.
It's like,
Another thing with VI festival curators is that I'm not VI, just Caribbean festival curators is that how you find a venue. When we pull up, I was like,
boy.
how are you to find? I would never find this. Matter of fact, if
Boy.
you see this place where SunCella was, I ain't never looking at it and seeing a venue.
see that venue there.
Like they looking at it and they
yeah.
manifesting and seeing.
You have
Like
to
how-
understand something, right? When I drive, and I'm sure June does the same thing.
Right.
I drive like
Scan
this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, party could go there, party. When I go to other cities, I do the same thing too,
Mhm.
right? I'm looking when I'm downtown. I'm looking up, see who have a roof, right? I'm always looking.
Yeah.
So when we saw that venue, it's not a venue. It's just
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
it's
not a venue.
It's not a
It's
venue.
a patch of grass behind a building.
Yeah,
But when they finish with it,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
it's a venue.
But that in itself is an expense, right? Because
Right.
it's not a venue.
Right.
We bring in water.
Mhm.
Mm.
There's no running water back there. So we have to bring in water, power,
Mhm.
lighting, because the night before we're still doing stuff, Everything is brought in. That's a fee by itself. Or if you go to a venue that's already established,
Mhm.
they'll hit you I don't know, they just hit you 10K or 15K
Mhm.
because everything is set up already,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
These are the expenses.
Mhm.
So for me to do it by myself, probably a little less, but it
Right.
still
A lot
adds up.
more work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Still. Now, here the next thing. It's a holiday weekend.
Mm.
Atlanta is good for price gouging.
Really?
Listen, what? I could rent a bathroom today. They just say $10.
Mhm.
Memorial weekend?
Aye.
Oh, they're telling you, that's a very busy weekend, It book, but I'll give it to
I will
you.
walk with you.
I will work with you. Yeah. You have to give me that deposit by Friday.
I
though.
gotta use that one. I
Yeah.
gotta start using that.
Memorial-
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
And
credit
then-
repair prices going up on the holidays.
And then
You're busy. You got a lot of people going on.
the city requires you to clean up 24 hours after,
Right.
Mm.
right? Guess what? The next day is Memorial Day.
Mm.
Who working on Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Right.
Time and a half.
Yeah.
Right.
So you want the street sweeper to come out on? Okay, this is the
Aye,
price.
aye.
So yeah, Atlanta good for that.
Because
So like knowing all of that, and like June say 125,
Mm.
patrons are grumble.
In the past, when
Yeah.
I first did it, so it
so,
started off as
but before we go there, right?
yeah.
We mentioned real briefly about SunCella.
Yeah.
Talk about the event itself.
Yeah.
What
Right.
SunCella is.
Right.
What was your intent behind of it? Why it represent? God, we talking about everything around it, but let's talk
Right.
about SunCella
So
itself.
SunCella. So it started off as a breakfast party, just a need in Atlanta. We
Mhm.
wanted a breakfast party. Some other guys from New York came down, they tried it. Didn't really. So the expectation was to have a party like New York,
Mhm.
thousands of people, right?
Yeah.
Came down here, it was, a little 100.
Mhm.
They never came back. So we filled that void. As youth men, it was at the time One Drop, the people who make up One Drop now, right?
Right.
So we started that event as Sunday morning breakfast party. Didn't even have a name. We just call it Sunday morning breakfast party.
Mhm.
Right.
Things had to grow. More people had to know. And what really helped us is the people traveling to Atlanta.
Mhm.
Atlanta people coming already, but the people traveling to Atlanta started taking an interest in it. So it's
Right.
growing, it's growing, it's growing.
Yeah.
As I wanted to grow the brand, I wanted to change the name. One, when I talking to sponsors or anybody of interest, and I say Sunday morning breakfast party, it's not
They don't hit.
exciting,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So I've been sleeping on this name SunCella for years,
Yeah.
right? Years. I've had this in my little notebook for years. Took the chance and changed it. These guys laugh at me. Like, yo, You change the name of your party, the same party, da 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 da. I say, yeah, have a reason behind it, right?
What's the reason behind it?
This, just the word festival, when you're speaking to Americans,
Right.
you say SunCella Festival, it piques interest.
Yes.
Right.
It's like, okay, tell me more. What is
Yeah.
that?
As opposed to breakfast party.
A
Yeah.
breakfast party.
Party songs
Small.
for them.
It just
Festival
doesn't
sounds
sound
large
like
and
I'll be
grand,
interested in this,
yeah.
right?
More grand.
So when you're talking to other people now it sounds enticing, right? So
Right.
it grew into the SunCella Fest, the Caribbean Music Festival.
Mm.
And I tried the all-inclusive, but you really, really need, unless I'm charging everybody $150, $200,
Mm.
you need the corporate sponsorships to
To do that.
Offset
that.
costs and
Yeah.
things. Right.
So like in Trinidad, they have the Angostura, they have the Carib, they have the Stag.
right.
Mm.
All the liquor companies are down there sponsoring,
Right.
including transportation companies and all these things. So they kind of offset costs so that the patrons will have to pay $500 to go to an event.
Right.
Right? So you could offset the cost. That is one thing I am lacking right now.
Yeah.
If I could get that, we could adjust costs. I could give you more.
In Atlanta. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could give you more.
Right.
Right? I could give you
A lot of it really just coming out your own personal pocket.
correct.
Right.
And that's hard.
Mhm.
And now it has grown like this
You
now.
don't say the thing is $10,000 for the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to charge you $200 if I pay $10,000 for
Yeah,
my location.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
these are real prices. Isn't it? I ain't making up
I
the price.
understand.
These
So
are
I'm
real
saying
prices.
to myself, me who ain't like me in it like that,
Yeah.
I just on the outskirts and kind of just like feeding half a June. You come and tell me you have to pay $10,000 for a venue, the price is automatically $200.
One time.
One time.
Listen, like a song system.
Right,
You have to rent a song system every year.
right,
If I tell you I pay for my first song system, well, it's not the same size, but
right,
we get away with a $250.
right.
Give a man, bring a sound system, we good.
Mm.
A song system now for such it could be 5,000.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know?
A song
That's
about
just a
right.
song that loaded over.
Song
I
alone.
ain't talking about nothing else.
When I
Nothing
was
else,
promoting,
just-
right, before we could even talk artists, venue, stage, sound,
Lighting,
lights, them thing alone,
staffing.
could
Staffing.
cost the same of what a big
Yeah.
time big time artist charging. So I know these things ain't cheap, and if you're doing it on a scale where it's large outdoors, where you're expecting a certain amount of people, I know it's costly.
Yes.
Not from experience.
All right. So, for instance, every year I rent truss.
Mhm.
The trussing, right?
Mhm.
The structures. And it's like, I'm watching the price for the same equipment go up
Go up.
every year.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, you charged me $2 last year. All of a sudden it's $4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I understand. Last year, it was a difference of renting or purchasing.
Mhm.
Difference was $3,000.
Mm.
$3,000 more to purchase.
$3,000 more to purchase and ship to my location
Mhm.
Yeah.
or rent it for
For that year only.
Yeah.
For that event only.
and give it back to the
And
owner.
give back to them.
Mm.
Yeah. You understand?
Mhm.
So I make the sacrifice.
Make the
and
investment.
I purchased it.
Mhm.
Right. So now we have it. We have it for the team.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm telling you, that cut a big chunk out of the
Mhm.
cost. Right.
And you could use that for other events too if you.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
that's the whole
yeah.
thing. That's
We
the
have
whole-
we
yeah.
have 3-4 events throughout the
Mhm.
year that we could bring it out for.
Gotcha.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
So that don't make his money back. Like that investment.
It
of
will.
you-
I think at the end of this year,
It will.
it'll
And that was the plan.
yeah,
That was the plan. Because everything after that now is plus.
correct.
And then you could look forward to purchasing other things that you might have to rent.
Mhm.
Correct.
Porta parties and stuff like that.
What's that?
And now you could rent.
No, you could rent to
out
other
if you
people.
want.
So that's the
No,
thing,
you could
right?
be the same people you despise that you were just talking
Yeah,
about. You
yeah.
best don't start a price
That's
gouging
it.
shit come
No,
weekend,
no,
you know.
no,
Yeah. It's Memorial Weekend.
Memorial
A lot of
Weekend.
people want to use my trusses.
Man, but you will walk with your man. Come man, I get some extras,
I already had the
man.
speech down. I already had the speech down. Yeah.
You don't practice
Right.
the speech.
And here while you're drinking out of this cup, let me see this cup here. Let me see this cup. SunCella cup here. See that cup?
Yes,
Coldest
sir.
cup in the city, man.
I tell you,
Coolest
it-
cup
so,
in
but
the
like,
city.
It a hold the temperature.
Yeah,
Should
okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
SunCella.
I tell Junior I like the design, how he do the sun around the
Yeah.
thing and what dope.
That's fire.
You giving away these for free.
Those are free, yeah. Everybody gets one when they come into the event. Yeah.
That's dope.
You know why I like promoters? Like, when I was growing up, my father didn't have any dishes, you know. So when you go to a party, you come over
That's
with
how
cups and plates and different forks and things.
Yeah, we had a lot
So
of
you know
pizza
what
hot
cups?
cut.
You don't have a bunch of mismatching cup in our grandmother
Yeah,
house
man.
and thing. You know?
A bunch of
party-
red cup from
party
Pizza
Yes,
Hut.
I'm glad to get a free one all the time. Matter of fact, in Pressure House, He got a bunch of either the DPNM, the Epics.
Yeah. The cups, yeah.
Yeah, the cups. I think only Caribbean people are safe cups.
Nah, for real. Like, if
Yeah.
I go to my cabinet now,
Yeah.
I have a couple epic cups.
Right.
Well, I have these, yeah.
Right.
Cups from
Dope.
all kind of
I
box.
see another one. I had a wood one that I thought was dope, man. That one they was dope, man.
That's what you get. That's what you
And that's
drink it
how-
out.
and that's yeah.
So this is this year. This is last year.
That's last year. This is
23. This is 24. Yeah.
Oh man.
Fire.
Yeah, this is fire.
Yeah, that's fire.
This fire. This one I won is a different.
There's
and then-
bamboo.
Like bamboo.
Okay, bamboo. And for free.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's included in the admission.
Mm-hmm.
Channel.
We ain't want to see them reselling on Amazon and
Yeah.
eBay for $3 and $4 after I get them free. We know Caribbean people.
Caribbean people always in the hustle.
Right.
Yeah.
So what like you ever feel fatigue from doing it, or you just have that passion to keep putting
Yeah.
on great
No,
events?
you
What's the drive? What's the motivation behind of it?
You do get tired, fatigued,
Right.
overwhelmed at points. Things don't always go the way you plan.
Right.
All right. 1 year, bathroom man reach.
Wow.
Ice don't like heat.
No,
Right.
no at all. So now I gotta go buy some more ice.
So we got that guy in the gas station all day.
Right.
Luckily, on Panola, they have the ice station.
Yeah.
That's his job, whole day, bring ice.
Bring ice.
So these little things, you have to solve these problems quickly.
Right.
So that's where you can get overwhelmed if you're not prepared, if you're not the right people in your team.
Right.
Right? But the drive for me, I like to see it come together. I like to stand up at the end
Right.
and be like, yeah, these people here.
And having a good time. Right.
I forget about all
Yeah.
craziness that happened.
I don't live for that goosebump moment.
That
Because
moment.
every party have a goosebump moment.
Yeah.
And once I achieve that,
Yeah.
I cool.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
when Pompa was on top of the truck,
Yeah.
I happened to be at the gate at the time.
Right.
And I hear him. I said, hey, somebody performing?
Mhm.
I didn't know it was a host or whatever.
Right.
So I just came around the corner and looked. And the crowd was actually walking forward.
Yeah.
I'm behind them and I'm watching everybody go forward.
Right. You get something in. Yeah. And so now, let me shift gears a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to a touchy subject.
After me.
In Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
did I pay to go to their village? In the Virgin Islands, it is free.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, so I see everybody
Yeah.
in between St. Croix
And St. Thomas.
Yeah.
So one was what, January, the other was what, April?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in April, I go to St. Thomas. They have a march on Monday.
Mash your money in
Yeah.
September. For free.
Bro, they don't have a gate around the venue. You just walk in from the
Mm-hmm.
street, park it car and walk. There's not a gate.
Yeah.
There's no entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For free.
For free. Yeah. What would you say to somebody that would complain and say, oh, we want more artists or we want more nights or
You feel honest? Let me honest with you. We know everybody gonna be if somebody gonna find either find reasons to complain. So everybody gonna find a reason to complain. Do you feel like from your experience? I can't even ask him if you get money's worth. Can you spend a dime?
exactly?
You check? Do you feel like what they put on was a good show?
Yes. It
Mm-hmm.
was a very good show.
That was one night though.
No, listen, I went every night.
That's what I'm saying.
I went to the Puerto Rican night.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah,
The Latin. Yeah.
That shocked me too. I'm like, who's this guy? He ain't talking English.
Yeah.
Right.
And exactly.
Right.
People were there.
Where they come from?
Yeah,
You see them
people
all
were
day.
there. Yeah.
I didn't see these people anywhere.
Yeah.
That shocked me.
Yeah.
Right.
Every night we went to the village every night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all who I saw. I think I saw Asa down there.
Asa,
Yeah.
Shansia were there last year.
But in St. Croix,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get to see Kess,
Mm-hmm.
Nadi,
Mm-hmm.
I think Adamo perform.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It was never Adamo and friends.
Right.
All the people he brought.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never in Trinidad.
Never.
But
You're gonna
listen,
I don't think so. I haven't.
Let me
seen
tell you
that
something.
event in Trinidad.
if you utter to Virgin Islands people right now, you gotta pay $5 to come see all of these
It's
things.
riot.
It's riot.
Riot to them, my boy.
Matter of fact, they might burn you out of state.
I tell
Yeah,
you.
what you talking about? Get from it. Like, what you
But
think?
you
You know?
spoil them already.
Yeah.
You just spoil them like that already.
But it ain't even that if you spoil them. I mean, just from a business perspective, it's economically flawed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're spending thousands of dollars. Now, of course, you want the locals and the culture to be able to enjoy the entertainment and the traditions that they had for 50, 60 years. But you then can, on one hand, complain that your government broke and is spending money unwisely over here. But then when you want a party, it's okay for them to unwisely spend an exorbitant amount of money.
Trainer parties,
You know?
Yeah. And it's not cheap.
Now, let me ask you this. Is it when the whole village thing started, was it a for-profit thing?
No, it was
No.
never for profit, for nothing.
Yeah.
I think the only place we used to go to pay before, like, when you would see like
The Calypso tent.
the Calypso tent and Brassorama. You said Brassorama. There used to be in the field, wrong the field in the stadium, and you pay like $5 $5 again. But it's what Queen Show, Brassorama.
So I never understood why those
Panorama. You know what I mean?
why we could pay to go to that, but we can't pay to go to the
We can't
village.
pay to go to the village, but people so conditioned by tradition. And that's the thing, and I argue all the time. There's so many things that is tradition that you don't want no more. But this particular thing, you want that. And if you're talking about, imagine, Marshall costs a lot of money, bro.
Marshall ain't
This
cheap.
is the biggest ever artist in the industry. Ever, like, he's a mega worldwide artist. He went in Madison Square Garden, people pay. How much for them tickets in Madison Square Garden?
But hundreds.
Hundreds and up. And you hear now in the Virgin Islands, the
Got them
Virgin
for
Islands
free.
government went and spent $250,000 and you want it for free, and you can't understand why somebody would say, hey,
So
qualified.
why was we just got a new department called Division of Festivals, right? So prior to that, the carnival committees who are running the village, and they used to be private carnival committees. So it used to be subpar. They never really used to have good artists and with the same artists every year. So that started the discussion of like, yo, what going on? Where our money going? Where our tax money going? So they created this new division now called Division of Festivals. And now they come out with a bang, like, yo, we get all these artists and we doing all of this. So like you say, the people don't used to this thing. So to wind it back now, you have to have really good reason. My thing was, the reason why I was for a fee is because, like you say, anybody could walk in this place. Ain't got no entry points, nothing. I's a militant man. I've been in the military. I really, really mindful of my surroundings. So if we get people getting shoot up in the village, or people fighting while Marshall and stage, we don't know who could pull out who could pull out. You go any place in this world that has there's some type of crowd control. You're gonna have metal detectors. You're gonna get wanded, something. So for me, it's just more so like I don't mind paying so that we could secure this area and develop some entrance control points, so that therefore, we ain't gotta worry about jam done because somebody just get shoot.
And that happened in
You laughing?
Yeah.
The man laughing? I hope you want to tell me, boy, somebody get shoot at the man laughing.
No, in St. Croix, this past St. Croix, I think a table fall. Boy, I saw somebody get hit.
My boy.
And the crowd was just, I watching it alive, and I say, hey, somebody get shooting because I watching the crowd. No, me here at the table, I watching the crowd. No, the sports holding in one direction fast.
Bro.
And I say somebody get shooting in the village or something.
I was there.
Come to find out a table fall.
So I standing up in the village. I had just seen my kid's mom. I said, what going on, man? Are you good? You with them boys? My son in the village that night. My son is 14 at the time. I said, with them boys? Oh, he over there with his friend them. I ain't here at the table, right? All I see is about 3 people run so. And then 10 more run that way. And then 20 more run. And then, like, we running.
People get trampled.
We don't know why. We don't know why. Come to find out after the fact, a table fall and resemble the sound of a gunshot. And that was the triggering issue.
And it's really trauma because I'm never, this is my home country, so I never trying to I've been going carnival my whole life. Incidents have happened over the years. So people have a little bit of trauma that these things are possible. So to what Kyle is saying is like, okay, how long are we going to do this in the name of tradition? What we sacrificing here.
I'll pay for my safety.
I will pay for my safety.
Facts.
I don't mind giving you 10 to see all the people that I seen. I could give you $25 a night. It's not like you're going to a club and there's a couple DJs and one artist in it. In the whole night, You saying entertainment, but then they're gonna say, well, then we got to pay money for the boots them and this and the people, but that's just part of the experience. And then it allows the government to be even more flexible to get even more better artists, which I don't know how you'd tap Davido.
Yeah.
How you'd tap Marshall.
How you do that?
You
So,
know what I mean?
and then I'm concerned because we setting these high standards.
Right.
So now we had Marshall and Davido. Who we bringing next year? God?
Right.
So it's like we setting these standards. Listen, I don't know. Here's my disclaimer. We don't want to just raise your entrance prices into the village and just start charging people just to charge people. We're having a discussion.
Right.
Right? So in the event, when I pay for something, I could hold you accountable now.
Right.
You check? I don't like getting things for free because a man could tell me I'm going to deal with you when I deal with you. No, I like to pay my money and now I could hold you accountable as to, hey, I paid you, so this is what I expect. So we can't be complaining and we ain't paying, right? Somebody would say, to combat what I say, we paying in tax dollars, right?
Right.
So we good with our tax dollars going over here to jump up and walk up, but our schools ain't open up since the hurricanes. So why not?
2017.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different parts of the spectrum where this conversation could go. Right. So June said the tourism funds ain't all just tax dollars. It's some of the money coming from the fees we charge these people to come to the island, right? So boom, every time they plane land, I'm sure there's a fee, whatever, however they disperse it, whatever the case, cruise ships, all of that stuff. So they're taking some of that money and they're giving us these, and we're so grateful. We love it. All of that. But at the same time, we could keep it how it is now and stay on this trajectory of trying to outdo the last carnival until we run out of artists, you know what I mean? And money, while we're neglecting everything else. Or we could pitch in some kind of how as citizens and, you know what I mean? For me, you got to pay $5 and we could pour a barrier around this here and you ain't got to go wonder about if your son getting trampled in this thing. I gonna pay. So that alone, I gonna pay.
So here's the thing now. There's a thing in the Black community, Afro-Caribbean community, that when we spend our money, we just spend our money outside of the community and it doesn't come back in the community. But here it is, I tell you to spend the money in the community it's staying in here. It's not like we spending the money on some entity that going take the money to Dubai or take the money to America. You spending is circulating here. And then on top of that, now the people who coming in to enjoy carnival, we also getting their money. So we ain't losing any money. We retaining money and then bringing in extra money. But people could only think about their individual self and how they had enjoyed carnival when they were growing up. And I could stand around and say, well, how you enjoying carnival right now ain't how I enjoy carnival. When I was going Juve, it was dark. When you go in Juve, it's the sun out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have Brassarama no more. I don't have Panorama no more. I don't have the same things in the sake of change. And I like the change. I embrace the change. How do you not embrace the change? Why you not driving a T150 Ford from in the beginning? Right? Because it had to change. Things develop, things grow, things progress.
Things evolve.
How do we compete with... Our only competition we really have is, of course, we have beautiful islands, but who don't have a beautiful island? Who don't have a beautiful beach? With a U.S. territory, you don't need a passport. So we get to, just come in, you have your ID. It don't even matter if you're in a citizen completely in the United States. If you have an ID
still
from a state, you just come, enjoy the carnival. You know what I mean? So things change, and we have to embrace change because we still have to compete with neighboring islands. St. Martin Carnival is the same as ours. You know what I mean? So if we just exhausting money, not retaining money and increasing revenue.
And guess what, St.
It's
Martin?
just the reality of it is a capitalist we know West.
And we ain't talking nothing crazy because in St. Martin, is their village free?
No,
they charge.
They charge.
They charge. So the stuff that we talking about isn't something that's in the
space. A promoter can't do a private event in the VI where you went in the village. We have to go in the fort or these different venues. And we've done already a super small island. You've been in Jaspa. How long it take you to travel there? For the airport. Quick. So it's not like you have 1,000 places to pick from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a good argument to have. I understand both sides. I understand tradition and culture and stuff like that. But I like progression.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And things that make sense,
Facts.
especially economically. And you know this as a promoter. Like, imagine like how you going to see Jaspa do SunCella, right? And you pay 125 this year. And you experience SunCella and you see the vibe. Like, it's nobody that ever went. You can't tell me you went SunCella and you didn't have a great experience as far as ambience, decor, service, Okay, so now Jasper come back now and he have his idea. He don't tell you who performing, but you don't already have the experience.
Yeah.
So even if somebody come in that never had the experience, they come in with Kyle. Kyle is going to say, yo,
This
trust
is
me.
where we're going. Yeah.
Don't worry about all of that. Everything's solid.
Yeah.
But that artist that Jasper bring last year, Lyrical, this year, his number went from $7,500 to $1,300, or you know what I mean, just $10,000.
Yeah.
What he's supposed to do? Keep you ticket at 125.
Exactly.
His cost is going to increase, but he's supposed to mean. So how he supposed to eat?
Exactly.
He go home and tell his wife what.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So how we offset that? You have to start owning your stuff.
That's what
So
I think you do. Start owning your
You
stuff.
got to get creative in your
start getting
cast.
creative.
So
I don't have the sponsorship, right?
Right.
We trying.
And we trying not to raise the prices.
And we try not to raise the price
So-
because I'm a consumer also, right?
Exactly.
Of other places. So I don't want to keep.
And as a business person, you understand
Right.
raising your prices
So we
could be
when you raise the
detrimental.
price, you have to raise the price.
Exactly.
And we got to the point where we could no longer.
You exhaust all the other
sustain,
options. So now
So
you
now we're doing different things. We're starting to own different things. We're making different relationships with the city also. So we can get like sanitation.
Right.
The city offers sanitation. Well,
That's a big-
come
that's a big-
sanitize.
I want it. right?
Yeah.
So these are the different things we are doing
Reduce
now.
your expense.
Correct.
To
There's still
maintain the cost.
there's
It's
still
still
expense, but it's not
as major.
a private company.
Yeah.
When you hire a private company,
It comes
totally different,
It
right?
comes at a different number. Security.
secure it's private
Not just
security
anybody.
firms.
That's not anybody. It comes to
Right.
security.
And then you have to pay the services also.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we got to a stage now where we have to have an EMS on site. Man,
I don't sound.
they just charge what they want.
Yeah.
Right.
Police, you pay the police, you pay.
So you have to pay the police to
There's a- yeah,
police.
So you're off duty. No, well, not to hold it. I'm saying you have to have a police presence, right?
Uh-huh.
Off duty cops.
Okay.
So you pay them for the time,
Okay. So like private security then.
right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But police presence still.
Yeah.
Police presence has to be there. You know, they come with a squad car,
Mhm.
XYZ. Fire marshal has to do his thing too.
Right.
So the fire marshal actually comes there and he stands there. He stands there just looking for anything that we're doing. Right.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things for the fire marshal is
Exit.
where is the food
Egg,
cooking?
Yeah.
Right.
Not even that.
Not
Where is the
even
food cooking and where are your extinguishers?
Right.
Right. And he monitors that. That's
Yeah.
he monitors different little things that's very important to him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then we have another
Necessary though.
Yeah, necessary stuff.
Right.
Code enforcement guy who has to come and see the trussing and different things like that. Or we'll send him the layout for the trussing ahead of time. He also has to get his little thing, right? And it's just part of the staff.
Yeah.
So it all goes into my staff budget. Then we start talking about the youth man who picking up the trash, the youth man who helped me put up the tents, the man who unfold the tables for me.
Yeah.
You know, everybody hand out at the end of the party.
I
So
get paid.
last year my staff was about 80 people.
Wow.
Right? Some parties don't even have 80 people.
Oh no, because they do epic in the bushes. The one here,
Yeah.
and it was a bad location. The trees were up. Remember that?
Yeah.
You went to the epic?
Which one is that? No,
with
I
the
wasn't there.
trees them and
No,
it
Latonia
rained.
Park,
It
yeah.
rained
Yeah.
the day before.
I remember the whole thing. Yeah.
And they
One get the tarpaulin and
when the shitty truck, man.
This shit truck.
Yeah.
Shit truck.
Yeah, sanitation.
the sanitation truck.
Get stuck. But we don't have 100 people out there. There's the junior like 10 other man pulling up all of these things. So I chip it in, I help
Yeah.
out how I can, but I don't think people are see those
No.
parts of it.
Boy,
And
them
then
is the
they-
reasons
they,
I get out of that business.
when
Boy,
I call it,
I
they-
commend you, you know. I commend June too. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
man.
just give me anxiety hearing a story about the shit truck getting stuck in it.
bro, this
No,
is
and I gotta be able to push it.
thing.
At the end,
Boy, listen.
And you're praying.
it still came together.
It came together.
That is the moment.
No, but you're still praying that when these people come, the ground dry enough that it ain't muddy. Bro.
I remember that coming from the top. They pulled the top.
And,
right? They
and
pulled
that
it.
was that's in that moment,
In
right?
that moment, like you had to like
Like you got
that wasn't
pull
planned.
that card, yeah. What we gonna do? It's all about outing fires, putting out
You
fires.
have to solve the problems quickly.
Yes,
So-
son. Stress. Water on it.
Right.
Picking it up.
You can't pick it up. You have to
Slide the water. Yep.
Yeah.
Slide the water.
Yeah. And it was an amazing venue. And then on top of that, I don't want to say start late, but it kind of get going late. But then now you're up against the time from the city.
Right.
Who telling you have a noise ordinance. So it's like, how am I going to make my money? Because these people have come around a certain time and now all of a sudden you telling me I can't go past this time. But the money coming wrong this
Bro.
time, man.
Listen,
what
I
mean? So
remember
it's
when
like a headache,
I was
man.
promoting and then I said, man, let me take a break. Let me just do a hard pause. I had a show, I do a really big show, and they didn't give me the numbers I wanted. Not in the originals, we have an issue where promoters before us were doing such shady business that they would book artists or they would announce artists that wasn't fully booked.
Oh, okay. So
And
they
it was
ain't
this
showing
person
up.
coming, this person coming, this person coming.
Right.
So then now people will go and buy a bunch of tickets expecting this person. And then at the last minute, yeah, Beanie Man Beanie Man coming. Well, Beanie Man can't come, so we're gonna give you Mr. Vegas instead or somebody that's not equivalent
Not Beanie Man.
to
Right.
Beanie Man. So
Right.
people will be like, you know what? I ain't buying no ticket till these people actually
Show
here.
up. Yeah.
So as a promoter now, you point all of this money out your pocket. If you don't have the corporate sponsorship,
Right.
you doing all of this. This is on you. And the whole time you watching your ticket sales and it's like, you're sweating because the night of, that's when you go, listen, literally when the artist land, right on that airport, you know,
Yes,
you
yes.
got to get your phone out.
Yes,
He
ticket.
here. Everybody, he here. He here. See, man?
Ticket
This
sell.
is him right here because this
Yeah.
is him. And you got to get that out before that man even jump in the car.
Yeah.
To encourage people like, yo, okay, let me go buy my
You really
ticket
here.
now.
Yeah.
So I did a hard pause after because all them thing was stressing me out, man. After
That
I stopped
dementia
and
of taking
I know,
money.
right? I tell you that all of that from promoting. It's what promoting doing. So I decided me doing the shows for a while and in a hiatus, I started attending the shows. And I would enjoy myself with my little $50, my $60, my $125. Have the time of my life. The jam done. Okay. See how I got home.
They ain't pick up nothing.
I ain't picking up a thing. And then I watching the promoter, his work just start.
Yeah.
The jam just done 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I remember not getting home till like 9, 10 in the morning the next day
Yeah.
because you got to pick up all these tops. You got to break down all of this stuff. Like, man,
Yeah.
I commend you guys.
So you want to be in thing.
That's what you want to be in thing.
That's
I mean, don't get me wrong, and I make some good money.
Right.
Yeah.
But then that's another thing too, and I talk to June about that. You have to be I is a big financial literacy advocate, right? I have a credit repair business. So I don't talk about money a lot in my business, right? So I don't tell them, man, like, yo, if you're doing a show and you do one show and that show make 30,000 and you do good, and the next show you put on, you lose 30,000. And then you do a third show and you make 30,000. You ain't make no money.
Right.
So you have to really be precise with your numbers and do
Yeah.
what makes sense.
Yeah.
Promoting in our community, in the Caribbean community, we all like to party. We all enjoy partying. So when we come across a little cash, first thing we'll look to do, like you say,
Go
print a
get it.
flyer, try a jam.
Right.
And then we turn it into something, but it's really the people who have the lungs for it is who can survive. So I commend you guys for what it is you're doing and not giving up and actually improving your product and making it better and being proactive by saying, you know what? Instead of me upcharging, let me figure out a way where I could save and invest in my brand so I don't have to upcharge.
Right.
So now you're a trusted brand. So if we see the upcharge coming, we know it's justified.
coming.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But thanks for saying that. But like the flip side of that now, we have events that just start off at
Mhm.
$100
Right.
with no product behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that makes it hard for me too,
Mhm.
because the new person coming in who's skeptical about it, who don't have the friend to say, don't worry about
Yeah.
the flyer, nobody on the flyer, don't worry about that. They're skeptical.
Yeah.
So they will jump on the page, and this is something good in my favor. They will jump on the page and say, why is it? There's one on my page right now. She started last night.
Right.
Why is it $100? Is it drinks only? It's a breakfast party. Where's the food? So I'll go on and answer. Before I even answer, a follower helped me out.
Right. And bigging up
Basically
the
saying the
thing.
same thing. Don't worry
Right.
about that.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, trust
It's
me.
not for everybody. If you're coming, you're coming.
Mhm.
Right.
And that goes back to a conversation I had with June. Your supporters gonna always be your biggest promoters and defenders.
Yeah.
The people that support you, the people that know you, believe in you, know your brand,
And they see the brand.
and experience
Yes.
the brand.
Yeah.
They're gonna defend you before you even have to defend you.
Before I even see the comment, they already have a
They
conversation
don't
going.
tell the people, and it's believable, Kai, coming from them and not from you.
Right, exactly.
So that's why to be saying that's why it's so important to have a trusted brand. Be good, do good business. Once you do good, be good and do good business, the people them that support you, they're going to support you all the time. Until you give them reason not to support you. So just don't give them no reason not to support you. I was telling, we had a conversation with June. And I dabble in a lot of different things. If I sell somebody this product, and then I switch a business and I sell them that product, and I switch business and I sell them, all these people gonna need these different products in their life. So if they see that you were selling them tickets to SunCella, and they know you sell sneakers and they need a pair of sneakers, and you deal with them so good at SunCella, who you think they're buying them sneakers from?
Follow you.
They're gonna buy it from you.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why it's super, super important to do good business. I can't be out here giving people a 6 for a 9 in your business, and then when somebody said, "Why I gain a 6 for a 9?" No, it's crickets. Nobody defending you. You got to go under there and fight these people and really go toe to toe with these people and explain. But once you're doing good business, the people that supported you, the people that believe in you, they're gonna get your back. You ain't even gotta say nothing. And that's what you just experienced in that instance right there.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
What's this now, boy?
Yeah, we have a segment.
What is coming from now, boy?
What is it's a currency bag?
The currency bag.
The currency bag. We ain't got a bag with us, it's over there, but we're gonna have this tough.
We're gonna freestyle it.
We're gonna freestyle it. Okay? So you either eat tart in it.
Nah.
They don't even know what
Tart.
tart is.
Like tart. Like pie.
Like with the stuffing in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
the
fill
pie.
it. Yeah.
That's what they call for them.
I guess they call it pie. We call it tart.
Tart, like
What
pineapple
is
tart.
Yeah, pineapple tart. Yeah, okay.
Guava tart, I think.
Guava tart. Yeah, tart.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So guava tart or pineapple tart?
Pineapple.
Oh yeah.
But you ain't ask. You ain't ask.
I just said pineapple.
No, but you ain't say coconut.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Ah.
Coconut,
You see? That's what happened.
Coconut.
You see how misleading that is?
Yeah.
They would have the conversation one side. They say pineapple or guava.
He lead like a politician.
Yeah, like a real politician. You see that?
Yeah, he lead
He
me
didn't
down.
even involve coconut in the conversation, man.
I get
Like coconut don't even exist. You see?
pineapple.
And then if I were here, we would have leave here and say, "Hey, Jaspa say pineapple tart over everything."
Yeah.
You even ask the man.
But the two choices you gave me, I'll choose pineapple.
Okay, but you're a coconut man.
Yeah,
I don't do
coconut
nuts
is-
in no, my boy.
No, coconut tart is like the
That's why you
regular.
actually you need
Talk
some
about
cocoa
nuts
butter.
as much as you want. But I don't do nuts, my brother. You know what I mean? I take a pineapple. You know? Okay. Trinidad Carnival or Atlanta Carnival?
Trinidad.
Okay, easy. Hey, you selling tickets in Atlanta? They let you know right now.
Listen,
Second version of politician.
If I ever say,
This is the time to be a politician.
if I ever say, hey, I have the funds, everybody let me go Trinidad, nobody would say no.
All right.
Oh, you're right.
Nobody
right.
saying no.
You're right. You're right. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Unless,
Bunji,
unless, my boy over here, man, I can't go this way, man.
Can't make it.
Man.
now I understand him because I be like that too. Like me, right? Bunji or lyrical?
Bunji.
Well, that was
That
fast.
one, wait, that one tough, eh?
That's a better. I was just gonna say.
But here's the thing. I have more history with the Bunji now.
Right.
Bunji. I mean, I was in school still with Bunji all the way up, right?
Right.
Lyrical kind of came in later for me.
Yeah.
Like when I moved to America and then learning about the New York culture and everything, that's where lyrical came in for me.
So let me ask you.
Lyrical is my dog.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I just want you to know.
Now lyrical up there, no.
Okay then.
Nah,
you know
nah,
what I
nah.
mean?
Let me ask you.
Listen,
And you know
so-
what? You know I'm lyrical master too? Social media.
Yeah, you good.
What?
Yeah.
He master social media, bro.
How that- he get them to interact,
He
boy.
know how to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's a real.
I see him
yeah,
singing.
whatever.
He went on there. They're singing
The
YG Mali.
YG Mali thing. I said, watch him.
Interaction,
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he, I can't dig it.
Yeah.
He clean to it.
You see that? You see the pandemic?
Yeah.
It a lot of people learn
Yes.
Social media.
to
Yes.
Yeah.
How to
this is the new
navigate.
app,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
What you going to say, kind
Now I'm gonna ask him, since you more so grew up with Bunji or Marshall?
Good.
Yeah, that's a better question.
Hey.
You ain't like you ain't love until if you take the wrong answer, my brother. That's God, you know. A man asked me the other day,
No, it's
6 or 7. I
different, you know.
said 67.
Bungie featuring Marshall.
Bungie feature, that's a good one. But-
Why not Marshall? So why not Marshall featuring Bungie?
Yo, it hard. That one hard because you know that groovy soca that we like, that mid-tempo soca we like.
Mhm.
Marshall has mastered it. So,
Yeah.
you know, and then Bungie, the power soca. Even from back then, you know, the power soca, the whole fire brigade
Fire,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. Those are my memories of
Yeah.
early stages of my life where I go into parties and stuff,
Yeah.
right? We going and see Bungie on the fly.
Mhm.
That was the thing.
So
As we get
Bungie.
older now, we have the Marshall and stuff. So
Right.
But yeah.
So Bungie.
So Bungie.
You
they
could
hold the
choose. You could choose.
Hey, Bungie.
yeah, got it. All right, that's it.
Boom,
That's it.
boom.
Right,
You know
that's it.
you know what's why
He
I
ain't gonna
say-
get a discount, but he's seeing it for sure. Bungie, you see? Okay, cool.
Yeah, hard
Okay.
fit all day. Right?
All right, so Juve or play mass?
Juve.
Okay, well, that's
Okay,
right.
okay.
Juve.
Me ask you.
Wait, before you do
Go.
that, you don't put on a costume and mask when you play mass?
The last time I played mass, the short pants and you know
The
hand
little thing, them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Okay. I was thinking about it. I tell June,
No, it's listen. You never do it.
never play mass.
Listen
It's my
to
thing.
me.
I telling them, remember when we were in the clungs? I will go in, like, if they do like a clung suit thing,
Yeah.
and then I will go play mask like in a clung suit thing, but like,
The
they
shot-
just
the
shot,
pants and the
pants,
two
them
shot.
and thing.
On the road, you forget what
Oh, yeah,
going on.
man. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, you drinks flowing, food flowing,
right. Okay,
bottom
cool.
rolling.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
thinking about
Yeah.
it. I want to do it.
No, yeah, exactly.
Just-
Because you're sitting on here right now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we thinking about it, you can't do it.
But when you're in that environment,
You
it's
on that
different.
road and that
Mhm.
music, and you can't hear the person next to you,
Mhm.
and you have a cup of pineapple and whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You good
Well,
now.
I want to try it. Not because of that mass person, but I had loved being in the parade.
Mhm.
You check
Yeah.
Rising Stars, and being in the clunks, and we always wanted to be a Wild Indian.
Yeah.
Cause Wild Indians used to come up last with Friday.
Oh,
But
the
then-
last band.
Yeah, but it used to get so dark and a lot of drama used to happen. They make Friday then move up to like the middle of the
Oh.
Juve, and then the
Mm.
Wild Indians kind of fall out because they were kind of like tied together. You
That
know what I
sounds
mean?
like the Wasi. You know, Wasi used to be last in Miami.
Right.
Mm.
Yes.
So
yes.
she bringing on that last. Yeah.
Mm.
You check. So
So let me ask you: curry chicken or jerk chicken?
Curry.
That was too easy. Right?
that was too
That was too
easy.
easy.
He's a homer.
He's a-
He ain't going outside.
you look like you like yardy woman, so that's
Yeah, that's why I asked him. You check. But so you know what's gonna happen when you go home.
Nah, you gonna get
So
me.
you ain't like my job.
Curry.
You want a curry. You don't want my job. Okay.
All right, let me see.
Okay.
Let me think of another one. This one I have to flay.
Oh, so you like eat up at them?
Yeah, that's what I tell you. That's
Okay.
why I eat
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
So why you so what you don't call your starfish cakes? What I don't have something down there like that. Accra?
Yeah.
Mm. Starfish patty or Accra?
The party bad.
You like dumb?
You heard it here.
Dumb,
Nah, the party bad. Listen,
Yeah,
I eat
you
the
heard
party.
it here. You can lead that simple. Lead
I
that bubble.
can't even remember.
You pick up VID
Where's
show
the
by
name of
a
the-
native
where's the
Trinidad.
road? With the village on it.
Waterfront? You done?
Waterfront is a little place right before they coming up from the hotel, right there. I
Which-
stop by that woman every day.
Oh, he talking about by Greenhouse, right across on Greenhouse. You thought?
On the side of the water.
No, on the opposite side of the water. It's a little place, I can't remember the name of the place, but every morning a woman right there selling patty.
Mm.
By
Beef.
by Windward Passage.
Saltfish
that's
and
what
what?
you're
Some
talking
other.
about.
So by the hotel.
Yeah, it's by the
By
hotel. So they come down the hill,
Yeah.
right? You come down the hill and you come down some little stairs,
Yeah.
right around there. Had a woman selling right there.
If he talking about the
No
stairs,
beds?
yeah, but if he talking about the other side.
He probably talking about.
Yeah. He
Oh, he
about the other
talking
side.
about is inside the bakery or by a little? She outside or
She outside.
she outside.
She's outside another establishment. I can't remember what was behind it.
Mm,
No,
okay.
I know what she talking about. I know he talking about, but
Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah,
Wherever
but
she
they
is,
do,
she
right?
from St. Thomas and had
Saltfish.
starfish patty. Them
Yeah,
things,
it's
but-
office party. So only office party eat from
Yeah.
St. Thomas. No
Yeah.
beef, no nothing, no chicken, no.
Mm.
Yeah, we in the Virgin Islands, bread is a thing. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I
Tart,
eat
patty,
the
Johnny
what is
cake.
Butter bread, the
The
butter
butter
bread.
bread,
Yeah.
butter
Butter bread
bread.
from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Bread. And I
So
really
what I
come from
do-
Tola.
When I go to different countries too, because
Right.
we say Trinidad has the best KFC, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So when I go to different places, I
You
try
try
the KFC.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was very so.
They weren't expensive.
No, the KFC Yeah, they break my pocket, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine dining on. That's considered fine
Yo,
dining.
KFC in St. Croix, break my. I was
I
like,
tell you.
I buy one meal.
Yes, that's fine dining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
your mind right.
Tatola,
When
right? 'Cause you know the beef very right across. They don't got no KFC, you know.
So they come across?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they
And they going back with
KFC.
buckets, my boy.
Serious.
Back with buckets of KFC.
And them told a man get money. So you think they're smoggling drug? They're smuggling chicken, my boy. Chicken, they take it over there.
Listen, the lady said the price. I was like, nah.
Boy,
One
what good
meal?
though?
Nah, I was very surprised. I was like,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, it was good.
We are eat KFC when we were in
Trinity still
but
better, huh?
yeah.
You get that? Trinity was
No,
still
they ain't
better.
hear it. We're going to bleep that part
When
out.
I eat KFC,
Trinity,
Jamaica.
KFC was
Jamaica.
better.
Let me tell you something. We went Jamaica, you know. We went Jamaica. All of we went
So
Jamaica.
you try things in Jamaica?
No, yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining another episode of the Caribbean Currency Podcast. We had a splendid host, impromptu interview. It wasn't scripted. We just say, yo, let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it. Jaspa was kind enough to come out, give us his insight, his vibe, his background. And we're really happy to have you, brother, and just, giving us all the ins and outs of the DJing and the curating of festivals.
Right.
You know what I mean? The
Definitely.
business side of it. And just finding that being bashful guy in front of the camera
Yeah.
and people get to see who you is.
Definitely.
And we just want to say thank you on behalf of the whole team, Sony, Kyle, June, myself.
Nah,
for
thank you
really
guys.
coming
man.
out.
Definitely,
Like
definitely.
when I started Sony clips,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, this is something right here.
Definitely.
And that was big for us because we were like, oh yeah, we got Trini.
Got
You know what I mean?
Trini.
Because we feeling like we smiling and we want to get the people that
For
are
real.
around us, even though they're big. We get like the Betty D's, the Taran.
Yeah.
People are big. But to get it's Caribbean Currency
Right.
Podcast,
Yeah.
not 49.
No, I love
So
it,
it was
man. I
really
love it.
great that you reached out. I was like, yeah, let's do it. When you want to do
Listen,
it?
I call him out one day, say, all right, Friday.
You know, I
And then he
call them.
come,
I know I call them. I'm like, hey, look, we need a day, Jasper. This is Jasper. Just give me a day.
No, I
You know what
appreciate, I appreciate the
I
hustle.
did not follow process.
You break process?
I didn't follow process on that point.
Yeah.
I
You
missed
break
the
protocol.
whole
Ah, let's fuck you with that
protocol
about
thing.
SOPs.
I
and
know.
No SOPs.
No,
No,
I
SOP.
SOPs
I
with
break
that.
protocol immediately.
Right now, I get my contractor up to my house right now, calling me like, yo, we need supplies.
Right.
But I here with Jasper because, listen,
Right.
this thing is important.
Right.
You check.
Thank you
and,
very much, man.
And really and truly, Jasper is my first time meeting you.
Yeah.
Is a vibe. They don't invite me to the party. See, your
Yes,
boy, I don't kind of stay off the grid. I don't show my face,
Yeah.
to support these man, to support what they doing.
Right.
Outside that, I am my kind of.
Right.
But when I hear about the SunCella from June, I see the flyer and I'm like, June, you know me. This is my type of vibe. Why you ain't?
You
Why
love
you ain't?
it.
So I gonna be there. I definitely gonna be
you
there next
see him
time.
in Soca Vibes?
Exactly.
For how long?
I will lay long enough.
Okay.
I will lay long
Shorter
enough.
than the DJ Curry.
No, he wasn't there the whole night with us. You check like the whole
One
like,
drink and he gone.
He was there long, but he ain't closing out like how we
Right,
close.
right,
Exactly,
Just
exactly.
stay asshole.
Exactly.
Man,
No.
it's
I
drive
got
us-
work. I got
drive
shit
us
to do.
far.
It's 4 o'clock. How much longer I want to be stay? I gotta go to fuck home. I got places to go.
Right.
But nonetheless,
Definitely.
man, it was a pleasure having you, brother. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And you're an honorary VA man now.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
way.
Definitely. Been ghetto.
Done been
water,
ghettos
God.
and been water gut. Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
check
man. He's
your
one of
eating,
we
you
saltfish
He
patty.
like pineapple
Yeah.
tart.
Coconut tart. Don't even spread them propaganda. Coconut tart is what the man say.
Johnny cake.
Yeah.
Johnny cake in
The shark
Fry big
double
is fry
fry
big.
big.
doubles.
So it was nice being here. I really appreciate it. This camera, right?
Yeah.
Don't put me in no back on that.
And on that note, guys, subscribe, like, share, and we're gonna talk to her in the next episode of Caribbean Currency Podcast. Peace.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast. And when I get that money, I'ma make that last. Caribbean currency, we make that money last. We make it last. I just need a big bag, I'ma get it fast, get it fast, get it fast. I just need a big bag, I just need a big